Hello dear students and teachers, welcome back to my channel. In this video we'll see important social science MCQs and 1 mark questions. Many of the students, they have done well with 3 mark, 4 mark and 2 mark questions. Most of you have lost marks in MCQs and 1 mark question in the social science preparatory exam. So definitely this video will help out because chapter wise important MCQs and 1 mark I have listed it down. Definitely many of the questions will be repeated, and also you need to read the textbook. Along with this, you need to read the textbook. Many students were requesting for social science scoring package. This is part 1 of this video series. It contains only MCQs and 1 mark questions. You can make a note of all these questions. Definitely it will going to help you. In the other parts I'll be posting 2 mark, 3 mark, 4 mark and 5 mark question. Students, as we have left with only few days, that is around 20 days for the annual exam 2022, it is better to read and finish all the subject as soon as possible so that you have time to revise. So moving to first question, name the city occupied by the Ottoman Turks in the year 1453. It is Constantinople. Name the sailor who discovered a new sea route between India and Europe. It is Vasco da Gama. Name the capital of French in India. It is Pondicherry. Which city is considered as gateway of European trade or gate of European trade? It is Constantinople. Who introduced blue water policy? Francisco de Almeida introduced blue water policy. Name the king who gave Diwani rights to British East India Company. It was Shah Alam II. Question number 7. Which Mughal emperor issued royal permission to English for establish their first warehouse or factory at Surat? It was the Mughal emperor Jahangir. Which country merchants gained the monopoly over European trade? It was Italian traders. Which country traders gained monopoly over Asian trade? It was Arab merchants. Over European trade, it was Italian merchants. Who were the first European to arrive in India and last European to leave? It was Portuguese. Who is the first viceroy of Portuguese in India? Francisco de Almeida. Who issued the royal charter to establish English East India Company? It is Queen Elizabeth. Who was the royal ambassador from the court of James II to visit court of Jahangir? It was Sir Thomas Roe. Which are the forts built by British in Madras and Calcutta? It was St. George Fort and Fort William are the 2 forts built by British in Madras and Calcutta. Who is the famous Governor General of French? Dupleix. Very important questions. First Carnatic War was ended with which treaty? Aix-la-Chapelle. Second Carnatic War was ended with Treaty of Pondicherry. Third Carnatic War was ended with which treaty? Treaty of Paris. Who introduced the dual government in Bengal? Dual government was introduced by Robert Clive. Who captured Constantinople in 1453? It was Ottoman Turks. Constantinople was considered as the gateway of European trade because it was a center of international trade. Next question, what is Diwani rights? It is a right to collect the land taxes. Who led English in the Battle of Buxar? It was Hector Munro. Who introduced doctrine of lapse policy? It was Lord Dalhousie. Who introduced subsidiary alliance? Lord Wellesley. Students, all these questions are repeated questions in the annual examination, so you need to make a note, at least make a point in your notebook so that you can remember. The first Anglo-Maratha war ended with which treaty? Salbai Agreement. Question number 27. Who signed the Treaty of Basin with British? It is Peshwas. Who became Maratha leader after Third Anglo-Maratha War? Pratapa Simha. Which was the first state to accept the subsidiary alliance? The first state to accept the subsidiary alliance was Hyderabad. Who became Peshwa after First Anglo-Maratha War? Madhav Rao II. Who implemented the permanent Zamindar system in India? Lord Cornwallis. Who implemented the administration of civil services in India? It is Lord Cornwallis. Who is the first British Governor General of India? Warren Hastings. Who introduced the Royal system? Alexander Reed. Which act recommends the establishment of Reserve Bank of India? Government of India Act 1935 recommends the establishment of Reserve Bank of India. Why did separate electorate college was created in 1900 Act? In order to provide separate representation for Muslims, separate electorate college was created. The first Anglo-Mysore war ended with which treaty? Treaty of Madras. This treaty is definitely 1 mark question will be asked in MCQ or in 1 mark questions. The second Anglo-Mysore war ended with which treaty? Treaty of Mangalore. The third Anglo-Mysore war ended with which treaty? Treaty of Srirangapatna. Students, make a list of wars and a treaty which ended with. Definitely 1 mark question will be. Name the boy adopted by Kittur Rani Chennamma. It is Shivalingappa. Which colony of French was under the control of Hyder Ali? Mahe. Who led British army in the second Anglo-Mysore war? Sir Arcot. Who led the rebellion of Amarasulia? It was Puttabasappa. Who led the rebellion at Koppal? It is Veerappa. Why did Bedas of Halagali revolted against the British? Because the British asked them to surrender their weapons. Hence, the Bedas of Halagali revolted against the British. This question was asked in preparatory exam for 2 marks. You can add few more points to get 2 marks. Name the Governor General who brought in law prohibiting sati system. It is William Bentinck. Who published the journal Samvada Kaumudi? It is Rajaram Mohan Roy. Who wrote the book Satyartha Prakasha? It is Dayananda Saraswati. Who started the newspaper New India? Annie Besant. Why was Shuddhi movement started? In order to reconvert the Hindus who had converted to Islam and Christianity. Name the person who killed British officer in Barakpur revolt during the revolt of 1857. It is Mangal Pandey. Who led the revolt against the British at Kanpur? It is Nana Sahib. Students, just watch, listen so that don't skip the video. Do watch the complete video, listen, at least you will remember the answers in the exam. Who led the revolt against the British at Kanpur? It is Nana Sahib. Who founded Indian National Congress? A. Ho Hume. Who is the first president of Indian National Congress? W.C. Banerjee was the first president of Indian National Congress. Who introduced the Vernacular Press Act? Lord Lytton. Why Vernacular Press Act was introduced? To curb the independence of independent press. Hence, Vernacular Press Act was introduced. Who put forth the drain theory? It was Dadabhai Naoroji. Who were known as political beggars by radicals? Moderates were known as political beggars. What do you mean by radicals? The group of congressmen who criticize the soft stance of moderates are called as radicals. Who implemented the Bengal division? Who implemented the Bengal division? It was Lord Curzon. Name the newspaper published by Bal Gangadhar Tilak. Kesari in Marathi, Maratha in English, the two newspapers published by Bal Gangadhar Tilak. Name the book written by Bal Gangadhar Tilak. He wrote the book Gita Rahasya. Who declared Swaraj is my birthright? Bal Gangadhar Tilak declared Swaraj is my birthright, I shall have it. Who was the British government's last Governor General? It was Lord Mountbatten. Who was India's first Home Minister? Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, who is also called as what? Iron Man of India. Who is India's first president? Dr. Rajendra Prasad. When did Pondicherry become a union territory? It was in the year 1963. Which is the first state formed on the basis of language in India? It is Andhra Pradesh. Why Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel called as Iron Man of India? Because Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel was successful in integrating princely states into Indian Federation. Who is the chairman of State Reorganization Commission? It was Fazal Ali. When was Vishala Mysore state formed? It was in the year 1956. When was Mysore state renamed as Karnataka? November 1st, 1973. The Vishala Mysore state was formed in the 1956. It was Mysore state was renamed as Karnataka in the year 1973. Who is the first Prime Minister of India? Jawaharlal Nehru. What is disarmament? The process of eliminating specific arms step by step is called as disarmament. Who was an architect of India's foreign policy? It was our first Prime Minister, Jawaharlal Nehru. Who is called as African Gandhi? Nelson Mandela is called as African Gandhi. Which article of the Indian Constitution advocates for foreign policy? It is Article 51. When was Human Rights Declaration adopted? It was on December 10, 1948. Name the articles through which India has consistently advocated universal human rights and guaranteed them. It is under Article 12 to 35. UN body which has mandated the member countries to adopt and protect human rights. It is General Assembly of UN body. What does the word or the term third world denotes? The word or the term the third world denotes poverty and non-development. Who wrote the book The Republic? It was the Plato. Division of labor creates what? Specialization. The book Footloosers is study on what? Migration of laborers. Karl Marx classified division of labor into division of economic labor and division of social labor. You can write a few examples for economic labor as well as social labors so that you can understand it. Students, go through the textbook and make important points. When you are revising during exam, it will be very easy for you to remember. Who led Narmada Bachao movement? It was Medha Patkar. Who led the movement opposing Kaiga nuclear power plant? It was Shivaram Karant. Chipko movement is a successful movement. Why? because the permission given to cut down the trees was withdrawn. Hence, Chipko movement was successful. The Apiko movement began in village of Salyani. When was the International Working Men's Association started? It was established in London in the year 1864. What do you mean by dunes? Dunes are flat-bottomed longitudinal structure valleys. Flat-bottomed longitudinal structure valleys found in the Sslc or the outer Himalayas. Example, Dehradun. What are dunes? Dunes are flat-bottomed longitudinal structure valleys found in Sslc or outer Himalayas. Which is the most ancient landmass in India? It is Peninsular Plateau, a part of Gondwana landmass. Which type of soil is deposited in the northern Great Plain? It is alluvial soil. The highest peak in India, Mount Godwin Austen. The Eastern Ghats and Western Ghats meet in Nilgiri Hills. The highest mountain peak in southern India, it is Annamudi. Name some of the valleys found in Lesser Himalayas: Kashmir Valley, Kangra Valley, Kulu Valley. Name some of the hill stations found in Lesser Himalayas: Shimla, Darjeeling, Mussoorie, Ranikhet and Nainital. Which is the highest rainfall place in India? Mount Sindram in Meghalaya is the highest rainfall place in India. What type of climate is found in India? It is tropical monsoon climate. What is the name of conventional rain that falls in April-May in Kerala? In Kerala it is mango showers. In Bengal, the conventional rain in Bengal is called as Kala Baisakis. What is the name of conventional rainfall in Karnataka? It is coffee blossoms. Very important questions. Why do the southwest monsoon retreat in early October? In the early October, due to decrease in temperature, because of the decrease in temperature, low pressure area is gradually replaced by what? High pressure over the landmass. A low pressure area is developed over Bay of Bengal. As a result, southwest monsoon starts retreating. In early October, the temperature decreases. Low pressure area is what? Replaced by high pressure, whereas a low pressure area is developed over Bay of Bengal. Hence, the southwest monsoon starts retreating. Which place has recorded the lowest temperature in India? It is Dras near Kargil. Why black soil called as black cotton soil? Because the black soil is best suited for cultivation of cotton, hence it is called as black cotton soil. Name the crops grown in laterite soil: cashew, rubber, tea, coffee, paddy. Which is the soil found in high temperature and high rainfall? It is laterite soil. Which soil is derived from the basalt rock? It is black soil. How red soils are formed? Red soil is formed by weathering of granite, gneiss and other crystalline salt. Black soil is suitable for dry farming. Black soil is derived from basalt rock and has high clay content. It means it has a high retentive property of moisture. What is soil erosion? Soil erosion refers to the removal of top layer of soil by natural agents. Which forests are called monsoon forests? Tropical deciduous forests. Which forests are most commonly found in river delta of eastern coast? It is mangrove forests. Which type of forests are shed their leaves during spring and early summer? It is tropical deciduous forest. Which state has the largest area under forest? It is Madhya Pradesh. What is Biosphere Reserve? A biosphere reserve is a special category of protected area of land or the coastal environment. It is a special category of protected area of land or coastal environment. Which forests are found in high rainfall areas? Tropical evergreen forests are found in the regions of very high rainfall. What is wildlife sanctuaries? A wildlife sanctuary is a place meant for providing protection to wildlife. Name the first multipurpose river valley project of India. The Damodar River Valley Project. Which river is known as Sara of Bengal? It is river Damodar. Why it is called as Sara of Bengal? During rainy season, river Damodar caused devastating floods, damages crops and human settlements. Hence it is called as Sara of Bengal. Which is the longest dam of India? It is Hirakud. Which is the reservoir created by Bakra Dam? Gobind Sagar. Which is the largest river in India? It is river Ganga. Which is the highest gravity dam in India? It is Bakranangal Dam. Which is the birthplace of river Kaveri? It is Talakaveri in Kodagu district. Name the reservoir created by Rihan project. It is Gobind Ballabh Pant Sagar. Name an international project, a joint venture of India and Nepal. It is Kosi project. Which is the largest river in South India? It is river Godavari. Name the largest tributaries of river Ganga. It is Yamuna. Which port is called Gateway of India? It is Mumbai port. Which port is called as Gateway of Karnataka? It is New Mangaluru port. The first railway line was laid between which cities? It is between Bombay and Thane in 1853. Which port is called as Queen of Arabian Sea? It is Kochi port. What is the problem faced by Kolkata port? The Kolkata port faces the problem of silting, hence silt dredging is required. It faces the problem of silting, hence silt dredging is required. Which is the oldest and still existing newspaper in India? It is Bombay Samachar. What is per capita income? Per capita income is the average income of all individuals in an country. What is national income? How per capita income is calculated? It is the total population by It is the income of all the population divided by total population. What is national income? National income is the total value of all the goods and services produced in a country during a year. What is underdevelopment? Underdevelopment denotes backward and stagnant situation where levels of living of people are low due to low per capita income. Income and productivity are very low. What is women empowerment? Providing equal opportunities to women to work in all fields and encouraging them to take social, economic and political decisions. What is human empowerment? You can write on your own words. Social, you can think it. According to the question, you can write it. You should not leave a single question empty. Providing equal opportunities to women to work in all the fields and encouraging them to take social, economic and political decisions. What is life expectancy? The age till which the people of a country can expect to live is called life expectancy. True development of India is the development of its villages, is said by Mahatma Gandhi. Which act established a uniform system of Panchayat Raj institutions in India? It is 73rd Constitutional Amendment Act in the year 1993. What is decentralization? Providing administrative power and responsibility of developing the villages to the people themselves is called as what? Decentralization. Sharing the power, dividing the power. Mentioned to housing programs, it is Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana and Ambedkar Valmiki housing program. The word bank is derived from the French word bank. The banker's bank is what? Reserve Bank of India. The national savings certificates are issued by post office. The type of account where any number of transactions can be made with the bank is current account. The deposit for a fixed term can be deposited in fixed deposit account. Who started Infosys Technologies? It is Narayan Murthy. Who is the father of White Revolution? Verghese Kurian. He is the founder of Amul company. Who is the founder of Reliance company? It is Dhirubhai Ambani. Who is the founder of Biocon? Kiran Mazumdar Shah. Who is the founder of Balaji Telefilms? It is Ekta Kapoor. Students, part 2, part 3 and other parts will be posted as soon as possible. With my busy schedule, I am creating all these worksheets to make yourself feel easy for the exam. So don't hesitate to study all these questions. Make a note, do subscribe the channel and also join my Telegram group. Who is known as the queen of Indian television industry? It is Ekta Kapoor. Who is the founder of Wipro? Azim Premji. Who is the founder of Jet Airways? Naresh Goyal. And also student, the fill in the blanks at the end of the chapters are very important. If you study the fill in the blanks at the end of the chapter, many of the questions will be covered there. So who is the founder of Apollo Hospital? It is Dr. Pratap Reddy. When do we celebrate World Consumers Day? It is on March 15th every year. What is teleshopping? Consumer can buy goods and services through internet, SMS or telephone sitting at home itself. What do you mean by consumer protection? Consumer protection refers to the protection of consumers against the exploitation by producers and traders. Students, part 2, the social will be posted in my Telegram group, so do join. When did Consumer Protection Act came into force in India? It is in the year 1986. Students, question number 165, 166 and 167 is for you. It is about complaints depending on the worth of money used to buy a product. Students, best wishes for your annual exam. So don't waste your time in watching mobile or TV. So start studying. Definitely, if you start concentrating at least today onwards, definitely you are going to score good marks. Do subscribe the channel and also join my Telegram group.